The thing that I am most nervous about is probably, have you thought of eloping? I'm gonna have this barn where the reception is, $1,200 for just the table flowers alone. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Kate, and if you're not, then welcome back and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a wedding update slash wedding Q&A video. So I asked you guys to ask me on Instagram a bunch of questions about my wedding because I wanted to do just, an update on the wedding and just how it's going. If you guys have any questions about the wedding planning process, just anything like that, I kind of just wanted to involve you guys on this process since I want to do a whole bunch of videos about my wedding. I feel like lately I haven't been able to do much because it's been so busy with like Christmas and holidays and just starting a full-time job and everything like that. So I feel like I put a bit of a pause on just wedding planning as a whole and then also just like wedding planning videos. I also plan on filming a budget video, so how I did my budget for my wedding and how I keep track of all my expenses and make sure I don't go like too crazy overboard. And so I'm going to do a whole video about that as well. And if you guys have any other videos that you want me to film, just leave them in the comments down below. And if you guys aren't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, definitely go ahead and do so. You won't want to miss out on any content. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming up. And then of course, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram so you can be a part of videos like this. You can ask me questions and just interact with me more on that platform. So definitely go ahead and follow me on there. I'm going to start off with just giving you like a quick update on how the wedding planning is going. So as of now, we are about 7 months away from the wedding. So I still have quite a bit of time to go, but I still have some stuff I need to get done. So I really need to, within this month and next month, really just lock in some of the things that I just haven't had time to do with work being so crazy. But one of the things that I haven't done is I haven't done hair and makeup yet. I've reached out to some people, but I haven't been able to find anyone who actually can do my date and time, so it's kind of been tough with that. So I need to definitely go ahead and look more into that. And then also flowers. I've had the hardest time trying to find flowers. I'll put my inspiration up for what I want, but honestly I'm having a really tough time. I was quoted like $1,200 for just the table flowers alone, which are just eucalyptus. So I think it's just because eucalyptus is kind of like hard to come by, so I might honestly be looking into getting like fake eucalyptus garlands from like Etsy or something and seeing if that's maybe the route I want to go, and then natural real flowers for everything else. So that's something that I'm considering, but I haven't actually decided on that just yet. So I think I might order some samples and just see, because I personally don't want to pay $1,200 for just the eucalyptus garlands. I mean, there's so much other things, there's so many other flowers that have to be added too, so there's just a lot. And then other than that, we are currently working on our first dance. We found a dance that we really like and want to do on YouTube, so we're kind of just learning it ourselves. There's no like tutorial, so we're just kind of like slowing it, doing it bit by bit, and Justin and I have been working on that, so we still have a long way to go. I think we're only like 30 seconds into the song. I don't know, we've got a lot to do, but it's going well. We're definitely not the best dancers, so it's kind of funny, but I know we'll get it eventually, and we still have 7 months to kind of perfect it as well. And then other than that, I actually just decided on my bridesmaids dresses yesterday. So two of my bridesmaids, Kendall and Lydia, ordered a whole bunch of bridesmaid dresses off Petal and Pup, and I wanted to see, which ones like looked the best on everyone's body and the coloring and just the style and everything. So we settled, I'll put the one that we settled on right here, and I think it's so stunning. I think everyone is gonna look so beautiful in it. I think the color is just so nice. It's going to go with the flowers so well, and I just think it's something that they're going to be able to rewear, whether it's to like a wedding or just an event in general. But I think it's so pretty, so I'll have a link to that below as well. But that's just kind of like a general update on how the wedding planning is going. So yeah, with that, I'm going to move on to the Q&A section. So some of the questions were pretty similar, so I'm just going to go ahead and answer one of them. And a lot of the questions were asking about like, what are you most nervous about and what are you most excited about? I got that like so many times. So many people asked that same kind of question. So I guess The thing that I am most nervous about is probably the first dance, because just kind of like I said, I'm not the greatest dancer. I never really did dancing as a little girl. I was just not good at it at all and just didn't really show any interest in it. So I'd say that's probably like the thing that I'm most nervous for, because it's going to be everyone just staring at Justin and I for a full like 3 minutes or 3.5 minutes, just like us dancing. And honestly, the dance is a little bit complicated because there are 2 jumps in it and there's also some twirls, and it's going to be really fun, but I just know that I'm not the greatest dancer, so it's something I'm going to have to really work on, and I need to spend more time on it. But with the move coming up, I've been so busy, so that's probably the thing I'm most nervous about. The thing I'm most excited about is honestly just the ceremony. I'm so excited to, I feel like this is a little corny, but I mean, it's a wedding. So I'm most excited about just Justin and I like saying our vows and just actually getting married, since that's the whole point of a wedding. But honestly, that's the thing I'm most excited for, is us being up there. I mean, we're not even on an altar, but us like being up there and everyone, you know, watching us and just seeing us make this commitment. And I'm so excited for that, and like this new chapter in our lives. And I don't know, I'm gonna get emotional. I'm a very emotional person, but we just finished our premarital counseling as well. That's another update. And we got to the end of the book, and when it said, you know, you've officially finished your premarital book, I literally started crying because I'm such an emotional person. So I just know I'm going to be up there absolutely bawling my eyes out. I'm trying to say like our vows, but I think it's going to be sweet, and that's the thing that I'm looking forward to the most. So then the next question was, what wedding theme are you planning? Boho, etc. So it's not really, I wouldn't say it's boho. I don't think I am someone who, I don't know, likes boho decor or anything, but my like theme of the wedding is literally just like white and airy, and then like pops of like green, if that makes sense. It's kind of how, you know, I really love my neutrals. You know, I love wearing neutrals, so the whole thing is pretty much, it's going to be an outdoor ceremony. We're going to have a couple of seats. There's going to be there's going to be like a wooden altar, I think it's called, or wooden something with flowers hanging over it, and then we're gonna have this barn where the reception is, and inside there is this like beautiful white fabric that drapes over. There's gonna be white flowers with eucalyptus garlands on the table. I'll put some photos for inspiration. That's really just the whole theme of the wedding, is supposed to be like white, light, and airy, and then these pops of greens from the eucalyptus. So that's just personally what I really like. I think it's a little rustic as well, just because we are using like, I guess, an old barn to have the reception in, but I think it's gonna look really beautiful, and there's lots of twinkly, sparkly lights, and I think it's gonna look so pretty. So yeah. So the next question is, what has been the most fun and the least fun? What has been the most fun and least fun part of planning the wedding? So I'd say probably one of the most fun things about planning the wedding, I think, was actually getting our rings. So we got our wedding bands a couple weeks ago, and I think that was really fun. You know, I went to pick them up and we went out for dinner, and honestly, that was just like a really fun moment, just seeing it and seeing it on my hand and knowing, oh my gosh, like this is like the wedding band that I'm gonna wear for the rest of my life. And I think that was probably one of the most fun things. Maybe not the actual like picking it out and having to pay for it, since, you know, those things are so expensive, but I would just say like the whole like picking it up and just actually getting it and having it in my hand, and just knowing that in a couple months like we're gonna give them to each other. And I think that's so cool. So if you guys haven't seen it, this is the engagement ring, and the wedding band is literally the same thing. It's just, you know, like a diamond white gold band for this ring. So that is mine. So then the least fun part is honestly just the wedding planning process in general. I think especially in the beginning, I felt very frustrated because with all the COVID, you know, COVID pushing all the weddings to the next year, everyone from 2020 is getting married in 2021. So for me to have a 2021 wedding was very stressful to try and get anything like a venue. This was one of the only venues in our budget that could fit us in for this year, and we managed to get it. So I'm so happy that that worked out. And I think honestly, everything was just kind of stressful in the beginning. Once you start to get the ball rolling and you get a couple things like the venue and you get your day of coordinator and your DJ and stuff like that, then you kind of get to relax because you're like, okay, we're actually making some movement, so you feel a little bit better. But I'd say like the beginning was probably just the most stressful. I think I cried a couple times because things didn't go my way, or they didn't have my date, and I don't know, it was a little stressful. But I think that's, you know, just what happens when you're planning a wedding during COVID. I think, you know, in a normal time it would be slightly less stressful, but it's still planning a wedding. Okay, so the next question was, where did you get your ring? So Justin got my ring from Michael's Jewelers. So again, this is it here. And I don't know if that's a Connecticut only thing or it might be like a New England jewelry place, but we got that he got it from Michael's, and we got his wedding band and my wedding band from Michael's. And then the next one is, what season is your dream to get married in? So I think honestly the season we picked was my dream season to get married in, and that's like early fall. That's really what I wanted, was like September, not so much October because it can be a little bit cold, but I just wanted it to be not necessarily like fall colors, but I really just didn't want a summer wedding and having myself just like drip in sweat. Like that's what I just picture a June, July wedding as, you know, being really hot. I wanted it to be just kind of a nice like cool day where I can wear my wedding dress and not be, you know, absolutely sweating. And then I feel like the fall is also just so pretty. With ours being like end of September, I'm not sure. I think we will have some fall colors, but I don't think it's going to be as intense as in October, which I'm kind of okay with because I kind of like everything still green and maybe a little bit of fall colors, but I think it's going to be beautiful. And honestly, I think that's my favorite season. I wouldn't want to get married in any other season. So another question was, have you thought of eloping? And definitely not. I mean, eloping would be so much easier, you know, it would cost a hell of a lot less, and of course you could just get married quicker, but that's not something I've ever thought of doing. I've always wanted a wedding. I know Justin wants a wedding as well. It's not like I'm the only one who wants one, and I also just really want our family and close friends to really be a part of this, because it's not just like us getting married. I really just want like our friends and family to be there to celebrate and just see us like make this commitment. And so I personally have never thought of eloping. I'm not saying I'm against it, but I definitely haven't thought of eloping. Another question was, what's something that you're planning to do the day of the wedding to calm your nerves? So I think thing number one was getting a day of coordinator, because I know the day of the wedding I'm probably going to be stressed. I'm going to have so many things to do, like, you know, it's just going to be kind of a stressful, busy day. So I think the thing that's going to help my nerves the most is just knowing that I have a day of coordinator, and when vendors arrive, she's going to be the one there who's going to be like, you need to go here, you need to be here, you know, she's just going to be in charge of all that. And I think that's going to be the thing that's going to calm my nerves the most. And then other than that, honestly, probably mimosas and champagne. Yeah, definitely going to be having some of those, because I feel like I'm going to be very nervous and just like, I don't know, very emotional. So I feel like I definitely need a little bit of, you know, a little mimosa to calm my nerves on the wedding day. But other than that, I really don't think I have anything specific. But I think just knowing that my day of coordinator like has my back and she's got it. So that's going to be like the best thing, really. Okay, so I think that those are all the questions that I'm going to answer. There was definitely some more, but I feel like those were kind of some of the main ones that were answered. And then I just wanted to give you guys an update on the wedding planning. So like I said, you know, if you guys have any specific wedding videos you want to see, you know, go ahead and look at those. I also have some other wedding videos, like you guys can go see me trying on wedding dresses and stuff like that. So definitely go and check out those other videos. They're all linked in a playlist, and I'll have that linked below. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you have any other questions, leave them down below. And like I said, I think I'm going to try and do a wedding budget video as well, because that was one of the first things I did with the wedding planning process was make a budget, and it was just nice to lay out everything and see what is costing the most, where all our money is going and stuff like that. So if you guys have any other videos, just leave them below. And other than that, if you guys are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and follow me on Instagram. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.